Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I know it's going to be a glorious day. The sun will be shining just like yesterday was. So get ready because it's going to be a fabulous day as always. Yep. So for today, I'm making another poem video. This one's number 96. And I have a very good poem based on a famous wrestler that everyone remembers from back then. I've seen his matches before. The one I can never forget was with him and Bret Hart from SummerSlam 1992. It was a very fantastic match, and the match took place, which is the same with the event, took place in this fellow's home country known as the UK. Yep. Now, a lot of people were on their feet, ready to see a family battle happen between two fellows who were related. But the title was on the line. There was no telling how things were going to turn out after one of them walks out with with not only with the victory, but with the Intercontinental title as ever. Yep, they met for the Intercontinental title, and this fellow defeated his brother-in-law, who's married to the fellow who's married to his brother-in-law's sister. Yep, yep. And to tell you the truth, this guy was very amazing. He always knew how to represent his home country, especially with pride. Even when it came to bringing out his famous UK flag and his famous bulldog as always. So that's right, my friends. Today's poem, I'm going to read you a poem based on this guy was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year, and I'm proud that he's inducted into the Hall of Fame because he was a true pioneer, especially for any UK wrestler that wanted to follow in his footsteps. So that's right. Today's poem is based on WWE Hall of Famer David Boy Smith, known as the British Bulldog. Dun 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 dun. You all remember the British Bulldog very much. So he was a very famous wrestler. A lot of people loved him. I mean, he was so phenomenal, so fantastic, and a glorious wrestler as ever. Everyone loved him very much. That's why I remember watching his match with Bret the Hitman Hart from SummerSlam 1992. I didn't see it when it first happened because I wasn't born until 1994. So when I started watching wrestling, I started looking at all the histories, and then I remember watching all the matches that YouTube would throw in that was coming from WWE, throwback matches that was like a full length that you could watch as ever, and watching it was amazing. At first I didn't believe it was true because if you're trying to watch a match, you know it's going to be fake most likely. You know it's going to be a fake video of someone trying to, yeah. But it was really real, so they started posting these and they became wonderful, so I remember watching that match between Bret the Hitman Hart and the British Bulldog going after the Intercontinental title from SummerSlam 1992. In the crowd, you had Davey Boy Smith's wife Diana Watt, who was Bret's sister. Yep, Bret's sister. She was watching the crowd, wondering how this match was going to turn out, how things would end between those two, because they were related in family. Because Davey Boy was married to Bret's sister Diana, and she was worried how this was going to turn out with either or which one of who was going to walk out with the Intercontinental title. So I remember watching the match, and the two went back and forth, and they really put on a performance that no one will ever forget, especially how the show went. And I remember Davey Boy Smith getting the victory over the Hitman after he had him rolled up for the victory. And when he won the title, Bret was starting to wonder how this would go. I mean, he had the title in his hand, and then when he got beat, the title went to Davey Boy Smith. He was wondering how this was going to play. Everyone was wondering how this was going to play out, but it turns out everything turned out good when Bret put the title around his brother-in-law's waist, let him know that you're the champ now, my friend. Enjoy the title reign. This is your moment. And when Diana came down, she saw how things were. She hugged not only her brother but her husband as ever, and stood together as a family united that was just magically getting started. It was a wonderful moment to remember from SummerSlam 1992. Plus, you had famous British boxer legend Lennox Lewis, who was carrying the flag as the event for SummerSlam took place in the UK. Yep. So let me get ready as I read you this poem about the British Bulldog, my friends. Here we go, my friends. The British Bulldog. There once was a UK wrestling pioneer who the fans loved as they cheer. He was the reason for having a wrestling road paved, coming from the United Kingdom, being brave. The British Bulldog was no stranger to a fight. He would deliver one every night. His matches were very memorable to love and admire. Many people looked up to him while being inspired. I remember his match with Bret the Hitman Hart. He fought with wonderful heart. He would bring his famous bulldog to ringside while representing his home country with pride. Davy Boy Smith knew how to bring his flag. That was never a huge that was never a huge drag. Yep, sorry about that. Yep. The world loved him very dearly with grace, who had a glorious smile on his face. To the greatest hero representing the United Kingdom. All right, my friends, get ready as I show you the picture of WWE Hall of Famer Davy Boy Smith, known as the British Bulldog. This is him, my friends, the British Bulldog right here. I'm not gonna lie, I loved how his hair was back then, with the braids and everything. Cornrows, that's a wonderful, amazing hairstyle. When I think about him, I still hear his theme going like dun 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 dun. Yep, there you have it, my friends. That was the poem based on the British Bulldog. Yep, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So this was number 96. The last one I made was 95, and it was based on the Matrix. So this was 96, and this poem was based on the British Bulldog. And I'm so happy that he got to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Yep, and I say the same with Jushin Thunder Liger. But this was the British Bulldog's moment because a lot of people remember him very much, especially during his time in WCW. Yep. But I say his time in WWE was very memorable and glorious because a lot of people loved him for who he was. Yep. A UK lad coming from the UK, representing his home country, bringing two things that made him feel very representative: his flag and his famous pet bulldog. Everyone loved very much. So, yep, gotta love the British Bulldog. Yep. So I say that's it for today's poem video. This was number 96. I hope you guys enjoyed this poem. This was a very wonderful poem to write. Be on the lookout for number 97 because I'm going to be making that soon. So get ready as I make the next poem video. So be on the lookout for that. So I say this right out, my friends. Thank you for your time. Enjoy today. Have a wonderful morning and enjoy today. It's going to be very glorious as ever. Take care, my friends. See you in the next poem video. Bye-bye.